Niccolò Machiavelli was born in Florence in 1469. His father was a lawyer, and he grew up during times when Florence was either ruled by Lorenzo de' Medici, who liked art and fancy things, or by Savonarola, a serious preacher. Machiavelli started working for the Florentine Republic in 1494, after the Medici lost power. He traveled to other courts, saw many rulers, and learned how politics really worked. In 1512 the Medici returned, and he lost his job. They accused him of plotting against them. He was arrested, tortured, and then sent to live quietly in San Casciano. While away from politics, he wrote books and letters, including The Prince, which he finished in 1513, and later The History of Florence, The Discourses, and The Art of War. In 1527, the Medici were kicked out again, and Machiavelli returned to Florence, hoping for a job, but he soon fell ill and died at 57. The Prince is his most famous book. It teaches rulers how to keep power in a world where people change their minds, fight, or betray. Machiavelli explains that states are either republics or principalities, ruled by one prince, and that keeping an old kingdom is easier than a new one. New princes face dangers because people want change, and enemies may try to take over. To stay strong, rulers should be honest when possible, but ready to trick or punish if needed. He tells new princes to learn from smart leaders like Moses, Cyrus, Romulus, and Theseus, who turned chances into success through planning and bravery. He says rulers must study war all the time, even during peace, train their soldiers, and know their land well. He gives many examples of good and bad choices. Louis XII lost Milan because he hurt his small friends, let other powers grow stronger, and did not live in Italy or settle people there. Cesare Borgia nearly became a powerful ruler by being brave, making smart friends, rewarding loyal men, and using both kindness and cruelty wisely. Cesare showed that a ruler must finish hard acts quickly, explain them clearly, and then win back people's trust. Other men, like Agathocles and Oliverato, took power by force and cruelty. They could stay in charge for a while, but their violent acts made people hate them. Machiavelli says it is better to rely on your own soldiers than on mercenaries or foreign helpers. Mercenaries care only about money and often run away or betray their boss. A ruler should build a steady army of citizens who love their homeland. He should also build strong towns, keep enemies from gaining allies, and keep small neighbors weak enough to avoid rebellion. The best rulers plan ahead, fight wars early when needed, and keep laws that help people feel safe. He contrasts two types of principalities, ones where the prince controls helpers, and ones where strong lords still own land. The first type is easier to rule, while the second is dangerous, because lords can rebel. Civil principalities, where the people or nobles choose a ruler, also have their own problems. A prince picked by the people must keep them happy, because they can take power away. He should change nobles' loyalty by giving them honors and showing he controls the state, so nobles cannot easily hurt him. A prince must always make sure people depend on him and the laws, and he must work to avoid being hated. If people do hate him, he must fix that before bad times come. Church lands are the safest, because people respect the Pope and the Church's traditions. Machiavelli also notes how popes like Alexander VI and Julius II made the Church stronger by using soldiers, money, and smart planning. They kept enemies weak and kept peace with other rulers. Throughout The Prince, he repeats that a good ruler should not chase fame for being kind, if kindness would ruin his country. Being seen as generous can mean spending too much money, forcing heavy taxes, and eventually starving the people. It is better to save money, avoid wasting it, and only spend what helps the state stay strong. He stresses that rulers must be ready to be feared rather than loved if the choice is between the two, as long as they do not make the people hate them. A feared ruler who keeps people safe is better than a beloved one who loses control. Machiavelli's letters show that he treated knowledge as important. He wrote to his son Guido to encourage him to study music and books and to do what is right. In his letter to Francesco Vittori, he described how his quiet life in San Cassiano gave him time to think, talk with great minds from the past, and write The Prince. He wanted new rulers to learn from the book too. After years of being out of power, Florence asked Machiavelli to help with a new constitution and missions, and he wrote The Art of War and the History of Florence. People later saw him as a man who urged rulers to be strong and practical, rather than polite or clever. Some called him cruel, but modern scholars say he only told the truth about how rulers act when they must protect their people. Machiavelli died in 1527, before he could return to work. Today, people remember him for his clear advice about politics, war, and leadership. His books remind us how important it is to plan, to protect people, and to be ready for danger, even if it means making hard choices. Many people say a prince should always be honest, but great leaders also know how to trick their enemies when needed. There are two ways to control others: by law, which is like what humans use, and by force, which is like what animals use. Good princes must learn both. Ancient writers told about a hero raised by a centaur, which means a leader should act like both a human and an animal. The lion scares wolves but doesn't see traps. The fox sees traps but is afraid of wolves, so a smart leader must be both fox and lion. A prince should sometimes break promises if keeping them would hurt his rule. People break promises too, so the prince can do it for the right reasons. He should hide lies so the common people who look only at what they can see keep trusting him. It's also important that he appears kind, gentle, religious, fair, and brave. If he must act badly to keep peace, he can do it quietly, but he should avoid harm to people when possible. He should never act cruelly or speak badly. People judge him by what they see. If a prince wins and keeps the state safe, people call him good. Ordinary people follow the crowd, so the prince must make sure the crowd sees him doing good things. One leader talks about peace and keeping promises, but secretly he hates peace and wants to trick people. If he kept his word, he would lose power. A prince should never do things that make people hate him. He should not take their things or hurt their families. If their homes and honor stay safe, most people will stay calm. Only a few powerful nobles might want more, and the prince can handle them. The prince must seem strong, calm, and steady. Nobody should think they can trick him. He must have good soldiers and strong allies. That keeps outside enemies away, and if the outside world is calm, the inside will usually stay calm too. But the real danger is from inside, secret plans and plots. If the people love the prince, plots fail. If they hate him, plots grow. Plots usually fail because plotters can't trust each other. The prince has laws, friends, and the people. The plotters only have fear. The people will fight against traitors. A story. Annibale ruled Bologna. Men killed him, and the people were sad. They looked for his family, even when his child was far away. They made that boy their new ruler. When people love someone, plots are less scary. Wise rulers keep people happy and avoid making nobles angry. France shows a good system. The king has friends to keep nobles balanced and keep people happy. He lets others handle hard things, so the people don't say he only helps nobles, or nobles say he only likes the people. A king should keep his royal honor, but treat people kindly. Many Roman emperors teach lessons. Marcus was born to rule, fair and liked by soldiers and people. He died honored. Pertinax was honest, but the soldiers hated new rules and killed him. Alexander seemed weak, and his army killed him. Commodus, Severus, Antoninus, and Maximinus were cruel. They pleased soldiers but hurt the people. Only Severus used both bravery and cleverness. He was like a lion and fox, tricked enemies, and stayed strong. He even pretended to be friends with Albinus, then killed him. His son Antoninus was brave but cruel. He killed people his soldiers wanted safe, so a guard killed him. Commodus wasted his chance by acting foolish and was killed. Maximinus was a soldier who treated people like sheep and was killed. These stories show a prince must avoid being hated. Now, people care more about the people than soldiers, except in places like Turkey or the Sultan's land where soldiers are most important. A prince should be loved by his people. If he keeps the nobles loyal, the people calm, and the soldiers ready, he can keep his land. New princes often have to learn faster than old rulers. They must use enemies to grow stronger. Some leaders even make enemies on purpose, so they can show bravery and win respect. New princes may trust people they once doubted, because those people then want to prove loyalty. Regarding towns and forts, if you fear your people more than outside enemies, build forts. If you fear outsiders more, don't. But forts won't help if the people hate you. The Countess of Forli built forts, but when Cesare Borgia came, his army and the people joined against her. A wise prince acts boldly when the chance comes. Times change quickly like a storm. Some people wait for luck. Others build walls to keep trouble out. The prince can try to change what happens. Sometimes luck helps, but mostly clever leaders prepare. Pope Julius II moved fast when others hesitated, and he won. Now Italy is in trouble. No leader, lots of wars and thieves. A brave person could help. Your family, bold and favored by God and the Church, could lead Italy. Italy wants someone to stop fighting, clean up taxes, and bring peace. When you rule, have your own soldiers from your people. They will fight for you. The Swiss and Spanish soldiers are strong, but your own men can learn new ways to beat them. Don't miss your chance. Italians hate foreign rulers and want to help you. Be brave, and their hearts will follow. The story of Valentino shows how trickery works. The Duke from France pretended to want peace while actually planning to capture his enemies. He tricked Vitellezzo, Pagolo, and Oliverato by inviting them to Sinigalia, then took them prisoner and killed them. He did this while pretending to be friendly, showing how a cunning leader uses surprises. Castruccio of Lucca also started poor. He loved horses and fighting. Messer Francesco Guinigi trained him as a soldier. Castruccio became strong and clever. He helped the Ghibellines, fought Florence, and became captain of Lucca. He tricked enemies, built forts, took towns, and won by being both brave and smart. He helped Rome during trouble, wearing fine clothes with holy words. He fought the Florentines and beat them, then again and again. After a big victory near the Arno, he got sick, regretted making so many enemies, and died. He told his son Pagolo to use hard work and keep peace. After Castruccio died, Pagolo couldn't keep Pisa or Pistoia. He barely kept Lucca. People remembered Castruccio as a great leader full of strong words, sharp jokes, and a brave heart. These stories show that a prince must protect the people, keep powerful friends close, be ready to fight when needed, and always act wisely. If he keeps people happy, avoids hatred, and uses both kindness and strength, he can stay safe and lead well.